This man never imagined that his apprentice, who had always seemed so weak, had already caught up to his own strength. Not only that, but Riku had secretly mastered something his teacher thought was impossible to control, the Berserker Awakening. Years ago, before Riku even started training, Burosutan himself had used that very ability to leap from an ordinary being straight into S-rank power. Now Riku, already S-rank by his own right, would be unstoppable once he unleashed it. Just moments before, Burosutan had shared with Riku the origin of their legendary squad. When Burosutan was only 5, he realized he was different from the rest of his Beastman tribe. His skin was a different color, and unlike them, who spent their days brawling, he preferred reading. Without any teacher, he learned letters and culture all on his own. His father, the chieftain, eventually lost patience. They tried to beat the habit out of him, but Burosutan fought back, striking his clansmen down. From that day, no one dared touch him again, and he was made chief. Mike began teaching the Beastmen human knowledge, hoping to improve their lives. But instead of gratitude, they treated him like a god, untouchable, feared. For the first time, he felt the weight of true loneliness. One day, while he had strayed from the village, a landslide struck. His entire clan was wiped out. Strangely, Burosutan felt no sorrow. From then on, he was truly alone. He wandered without purpose, hunting monsters, reading books, until one day, a human changed everything. The man had accepted a bounty to kill Beastmen, but seeing Burosutan reading, and the dragon beside him that even A-rank adventurers couldn't defeat, stunned him. Instead of fighting, the man grew curious. After hearing Burosutan's tragic past, the man suggested they build the strongest squad together. Perhaps then Burosutan would find the rival he longed for. That man was no ordinary adventurer, he was one of the 5 legends, who had sworn to one day defeat the greatest monster of all, Kaiser. Riku would later discover that the book he had studied was authored by that very man. Mike found it amusing that what he thought was a story was real all along. Together, they built the legendary team. Time passed. Warriors of great power gathered around Burosutan, each strong in their own way. But none fulfilled his dream. He wanted what Beastmen shared, a true fist-to-fist battle. Since he couldn't find it, he decided to create it. He designed a brutal training regimen, one so harsh that Magetto believed no one alive could endure it. Burosutan himself admitted as much. But when he had all but abandoned his dream, Riku appeared. Not only did Riku survive Burosutan's plan, he became like Burosutan himself, a saint of the flesh, an S-rank warrior. Hearing this story, Riku was moved. For 2 years, Burosutan had stood by his side, guiding his every step. And yet, now that Riku had mastered his strength, he was still dodging in battle. That wasn't the equal brawl Burosutan longed for. Riku suddenly remembered something Burosutan had once told him. The Beastmen had a gesture called the 4 thumb sign. To show it was to swear, no more dodging, no more defense. Riku raised his hand and made the sign. Burosutan froze in shock. The others gasped in disbelief. Riku apologized to Rinetto, saying he might not make it to their hot springs trip. Rinetto only loved him more for it. Riku told Burosutan he owed him no thanks. From this moment, Burosutan didn't need to understand the language of humans. The two of them clashed with everything they had. No more dodging, no more holding back. Every strike landed with terrifying force. To ordinary fighters, the blows would have been fatal. For Riku and Burosutan, each hit was ecstasy. The shockwaves from their fists rattled the entire arena. Even the magical barrier erected by the organizers trembled, struggling to contain their fight.